The grand mansion on the hill was known throughout the city, not just for its size, but for its silence. It was the kind of silence that made even the birds hesitate to sing near it. Inside that mansion lived billionaire businessman Ethan Marlowe and his 7-year-old son Oliver, a boy who, despite having every toy money could buy, hadn't smiled in years. Ever since Oliver's mother passed away in a tragic car accident, the boy had retreated into a shell so deep that no one could reach him. Teachers, nannies, psychologists, all tried, all failed. He spoke only when necessary, and most days, not at all. His eyes, once bright and curious, were now distant, shadowed by grief. Ethan loved his son more than anything, but as a man consumed by business and buried guilt, he didn't know how to connect with him anymore. He thought giving Oliver the best of everything, a private tutor, an expensive therapy program, endless gifts, would fill the void. But it didn't. The boy would quietly push everything away. Then one morning, the head housekeeper, Mrs. Lorna, announced that she had hired a new maid, someone young, hardworking, and kind. Her name was Emma Clark. She had recently moved to the city, desperate for work after her mother's medical bills left her broke. Her gentle face and calm nature gave her a quiet strength that even Lorna admired. "You'll be in charge of cleaning the east wing and the boys' quarters," Lorna instructed. Emma nodded, nervous but determined. "I'll do my best." When she entered the mansion for the first time, she couldn't help but feel its emptiness. The marble floors gleamed, the chandeliers sparkled, but there was no warmth, no laughter, no life. She noticed the little boy sitting by the window in his room, staring outside, clutching a worn-out teddy bear. She smiled softly and said, "Hi there. I'm Emma. I'll be helping around from now on." The boy didn't look at her. He just turned slightly away. She didn't push. Instead, she began dusting the shelves, humming softly, a tune her mother used to sing. It was a lullaby, and though she didn't realize it, Oliver's small hand stopped fidgeting for a second. The melody reached him. For the first time in months, he didn't feel completely alone. Days passed, and Emma noticed little things, how Oliver would quietly observe her from a distance, how he would place his toy car closer to where she cleaned, almost like a silent invitation. She never forced a word out of him, she simply shared space. One afternoon, while polishing the piano in the main hall, Emma started playing a few soft notes. The melody drifted through the halls. Ethan, working in his study, heard it and froze. It was the same song his late wife used to play for their son. He stood up slowly and walked out, only to find Oliver sitting beside Emma, watching her hands on the keys. "Do you like music?" Emma asked gently. Oliver didn't speak, but he nodded, the first real response in months. Ethan's eyes softened as he watched the moment. That evening, for the first time in years, the mansion wasn't silent. The next morning, Emma found a small drawing on the table, a child's sketch of a woman with a smile, and a caption in uneven handwriting, "Miss Emma." She didn't realize Oliver had left it for her. From then on, things began to change slowly. He started following her to the garden when she watered the plants, sitting beside her when she read aloud to herself, even laughing softly once when she spilled water on her shoes and joked, "Guess the flowers got jealous." The staff whispered that something magical was happening. The boy who didn't like anyone had finally found comfort in someone new. But Ethan couldn't help but wonder why. What was it about this young maid that broke through his son's walls so effortlessly? He watched from afar, confused and intrigued. One day, as Emma was helping Oliver put his toys away, he suddenly asked in a trembling voice, "Do you know my mom?" Emma froze. The question caught her completely off guard. "No, sweetheart," she replied softly. "Why do you ask?" The boy looked down at his teddy bear and whispered, "Because, you smell like her." Tears welled in Emma's eyes before she could stop them. She didn't know why that hit her so hard, but something deep inside her stirred, a strange, aching familiarity, like she had known this boy in another life. That night, Ethan called Emma to his study. "You've done something no one could," he said, his voice low but filled with awe. "Oliver, he smiles now. He talks. I don't know how you did it, but thank you." Emma smiled humbly. "Maybe he just needed someone to listen," she said. Ethan nodded slowly, his gaze lingering on her longer than usual. There was something about her presence that reminded him of peace, something he hadn't felt since his wife died. But just as things seemed to be healing, something strange began to happen, something that would soon shake the entire Marlowe household.